Got some Spider-Man stuff to go over. I want to start with this. This was making the rounds yesterday. Insomniac, writer of Spider-Man 2, all conclusions and arguments directed to notice patterns are reserved for Twitter users, and under no circumstance am I claiming this is a self-insert. So I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of people are talking about it. Apparently, the woman on the left is a writer for Spider-Man 2, and on the right is the Mary Jane that we see in the game. So they didn't even use the mocap actress's face. They used the writer of the game. It's pretty undeniable to me if this is true. She looks just like her. It's a spitting image. As you know, MJ in the comics is a very beautiful woman. She is a supermodel, in fact. The reason that she famously tells Peter Parker that he hit the jackpot is because she's really too hot for him. It's kind of the running joke of it, but it doesn't matter. She does love him, and they were a couple. That couple was, of course, split up in one of the dumbest comic book decisions of all time, decades ago, where Spider-Man made the deal with the devil, Mephisto, to save his aunt's life, and Mephisto took away their marriage. It is still probably the most controversial decision ever made in the history of comics, and fans have never truly let it go. And Marvel says, in fact, the editor-in-chief of Marvel told me at C2E2 that it's just not meant to be, because I asked him about it. I said, fans want it. And they say it's not meant to be, yet there are a couple in the games, the movies, the shows, various projects. In fact, they're even married now in this new book that's coming out. So Ultimate Marvel is relaunching in a desperate bid to make people care about Marvel Comics again. It's not even the same Ultimate Universe that you remember. It's just using the name. And I say that because we have details now on what that comic book is going to be. The Ultimate Spider-Man comic reunites Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and they're married, and they're also married with a family. So that's probably Benjamin Parker, his son, and the left is probably Mayday Parker, if they use the traditional names that they've used before in material. That would be Ben on the right, and then that'd be May on the left. And that makes sense. That's what Spider-Man would want his children to be named if he had a boy and a girl. Mayday, I don't know what else to say other than she was a prominent side character for a long time in her own run called Spider-Girl Comics. It was actually a really good run. But, everybody that reads comics doesn't like women, apparently. So this is what they're doing. And it's funny. They'll let them be together in every universe but the one that counts, the 616. But, I'm interested. I'll probably check it out a little bit. Jonathan Hickman is writing it. He can be kind of hit or miss, but overall, he usually is really good at world building. So we'll see. At first, I was looking at this and it's like, oh, well, that's cool. They're going to give him a comic where he's happily married with kids. This is where the 616 Spider-Man should be. This should be where the character is at by now. He should be married with Mary Jane and have kids. Like, that would be great for the book, but they're never going to do that. He has to be a perpetual loser in the main universe. But when I first saw this, and this was first announced, I was like, whoa, this is not going to be Peter Parker. This is probably going to be the first non-binary Spider-Man. And they revealed it to be this, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I can't believe they actually did that. And then people quickly reminded me that this is modern Marvel, and what could they possibly do here to add a woke element to it? Because it's modern Marvel. You have to have woke. Well, guess what they can do here? They can take this family book, because that's what it is. It's a family book, because it's about Peter Parker's family. There's actually a really good one not that long ago called Renew Your Vows, by the way. The first part of that series was really good until Heather Antos became the editor of the book, and then it went to shit. But that book was really good, and it got canceled. This book will probably get canceled, too, because nobody reads anything other than the main book. But one thing they can do here, and I guarantee you they might, is make one of the kids have a gender identity. One of the kids could be trans, non-binary, fluid, shit like that, and they'll insert that into this book for headlines, and so that they can talk about something. This is modern Marvel, and I got to tell you, it wouldn't surprise me. Their most lucrative character, and this is a book that could sell, because this is what fans have wanted for a long time. But I guarantee you, they will probably do something like that with this book. I could 100% see it. Because, well, it's modern Marvel. I've done enough videos on modern Marvel. Feel free to check them out. If you don't believe me, this company is lost. There's a reason why the two oldest comic book stores in California or San Francisco or something. Well, there's two prominent comic book stores that have been open for a long time that closed in California. Excuse me, Los Angeles. Los Angeles' oldest comic shops shut down. Jeffrey's Comics and another one, Heidi Ho Comics. The two oldest comic book shops in Los Angeles closing down. Why is that? Because comic books are nothing but woke propaganda at this point. They've completely ruined these books. A lot of people have not come back. And a lot of it doesn't even have to do, well, majority of it has to do with woke, but some of it has to do with the fact that a lot of people just didn't come back after COVID shutdowns, and the economy is shit. And one of the first things to go are entertainment purchases. So it's not looking good. Not looking good. So we'll see if they're smart. They'll actually just tell a wholesome family story here with this comic book. But I'm going to press X to doubt, given the history of Marvel Comics. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. What do you think of this Ultimate Spider-Man reboot? Are you going to check it out? What do you think about the apparent, maybe possible self-insert here? Give me your thoughts on that. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.